Welcome back to Robot Wars and the return of the Battle of the YouTubers Champions as they fight through the series to become our Series 3 reigning champion. They've got some tough competition to get through, so let's check out the Battleboard and see the lineup. Looking forward to seeing Peach back in the war zone, but this is the preliminary lineup with Jabberwocky with a new flywheel attachment, seat number 28 against veterans, major damage, and the pyramid designed black and blue with the spikes and hammer. We also have all newcomers with Wambulance taking on two full-body spinners in the form of Watchtower and Nightlight. That's going to be interesting to see, but this is what we're looking forward to with Battle of the YouTubers Champions, Peach C number 12 against two newcomers, Citrus Punch and Zah! Peach Spinner. The Battle of the YouTuber Champions are back in our war zone, ready to take the title of Series 3 Champions. The little blade is very dangerous and will tear you apart, and the flipping wedge helps not only overturn machines, but also right themselves. It's even tossed pressure out of the arena in the New Blood Championships last wars. The exposed wheels may prove to be a problem going forward, but the big issue is the spinning blade, which also hits the floor, which can cause slight issue to the drive. Citrus Punch! Thwackbot! A Thwackbot that looks like it's half stinger, half wheelie wacko. The two spinning blades swing back and forth to strike and cause damage to anyone who tries attacking it, and it's extremely hard to knock out and attack, given its design. But if a spinning blade knocks out those exposed wheels, then they'll most likely get pushed down the pit for juicing. Zah! Spinner! The rule is, if you've not received your order for destruction, then they'll give it to you for free. And they mean that in the literal sense, as it will be you they destroy. The front wedge does work as a great pusher, and the top panel not only works as a shrimmek, but also gives way to the flywheel pizza stored inside to slash you to bits. It's quite a rather ingenious design, it has to be said, but there is a ground clearance issue which can be taken advantage of.
Roboteers, stand by.
Peach, the Battle of the YouTubers Champions with the lifting wedge and the spinning blade. Citrus Punch, the Thwackbot barrel design with their own little spinning blade. And Zah, the pizza box looking design with the front wedge and the lifting top to self-right, leading to the pizza flywheel.
3, 2, 1, activate!
And here's hoping it's meat lovers, because genuinely that's the only type of pizza I'll actually eat. Peach coming in on Citrus Punch as Zah also tries getting involved. Peach doesn't really know what to do. Two very unique designs actually in Zah and Citrus Punch. Is there anything Peach can do to deal with Zah? Well, Citrus Punch being attacked, and don't forget the wheels of Citrus Punch are the most vulnerable bits. That's what Peach is going for. Meanwhile, Zah seems to be having trouble driving. Peach still attacking Citrus Punch because it is a difficult design. Peach tempting to go for the pit release button, going against, slamming into Zah, who have now come to a sudden halt. Their shrimmek panel may fire, but it's not going to solve anything. Oh, and Peach going up and over. Now that's not going to affect Peach. They can self-right. It's a very, very effective design, Peach. The flipping wedge and the spinning blade. And Citrus Punch isn't easy to deal with, as Peach now comes in on Zah, decided to deal with them, eliminate them completely. They've already been counted out and immobilized and have been thrown out the arena. That's the end of Zah officially. Look at this. Underneath with the blade, there goes the wedge, and out goes Zah. Peach did that to pressure in the New Blood Championships, threw them at the arena, and I've done it once again to Za. Great to see Peach having that type of power, but now the question is, how are they going to deal with the Citrus Punch? Because it is a very, very difficult machine to attack. It can run both ways up, so flipping it isn't going to do you any good. It's almost like Stinger from the Last Wars. If you remember the Thwackbot design, only difference is... Well, actually, no. It's almost like Stinger meets Wheelie Wacko. So how do you deal with this type of design? Peach still attacking Citrus Punch. In fact, they're the only ones doing the attacking. They're the only ones being aggressive, which will rule in Peach's favor should this go to a judge's decision. And that's the first time in the main competition we've actually seen damage. Actually, this is the first time ever we've seen damage to the main wedge of Peach. We've seen Peach take damage before to High AF in Battle of the YouTubers. Nothing major. And they go! That's the end of Citrus Punch! A great flip there from Peach. Look at this. On the wheel, Peach took advantage. A great power flip. And out goes Citrus Punch out the arena as Peach spins in the light as they progress through to the Gold Rumble. Citrus Punch will progress into the silver with Za going into the bronze. And there, confirmation. A great victory, though, for Peach, it has to be said. Next up, Wambulance, Watchtower, and Nightlight. Wambulance. Flipper. A front flipper on a very huge sled, which immediately makes me question its effectiveness. The design of the machine itself looks like it's capable of rolling back onto its wheels, I think. But there is a limited gas supply for the flipper, and like I just said, I'm not overly sure if it can roll back onto its wheels or not. Watchtower! Spinner! A bizarre looking full body spinner that actually looks pretty cool. They actually have the gaps to try and help make it easier to control when driving. That's fair enough. The weapon itself seems rather effective and does make it hard to hit. However, the wheels are exposed, though hitting them is going to be near impossible, and as it is a full-body spinner, it still doesn't have that easy of a drive. Nightlight! Spinner! These guys literally stole one of Batman's lights from Gotham and turned it into a full-body spinner for the series. The weapon is very dangerous and hits hard. Hitting the machine is also hard, as it's a full-body spinner, but there's no stream mech and suffers the same issue full-body spinners have, which is control.
Robot ears, stand by.
Wambulance with the front flipper against two full-body spinners. Watchtower with a very unique design, has to be said, and the exposed wheels. And Nightlight with the Batman logo on the top. I wonder if Gordon is aware of that.
2, 1. Activate.
Police detective of Gotham City. Hopefully. You might be wondering where it's gone. And it's interesting to see two full-body spinners collide with each other. Oh! And Watchtower clipping into Wambulance. And oh! Well, that is brutal. Look at this collision here from both Nightlight and Wambulance. They go flying across the floor separately, colliding into the wall. That's brutal. That's lethal. Oh! Oh! And Watchtower's gone into the pit. Well, they weren't in it. Where long were they? What's that? Is that one of Watchtower's wheels? Well, it was, and now it's confetti at this point. Anyway. Nightlights, Wambulance. Ooh! Now, this is going to be interesting. Well, truth be told, I don't see the armor of Wambulance holding up. I do see it falling apart, bit by bit. Nightlight doing, honestly, very rough. They have lasted in the arena a lot longer than the majority of, well, I say majority, of all full body spinners so far this series. And are definitely causing damage to Wambulance, although surprisingly not as much as I had initially thought they would. There goes the pit release button. Do you need to just... Why is it always battered like that? Why does it always get battered? It isn't me. Oh well. I'm the ones that suck it in there. Anyway. Nightlight once again flung away. There goes the pit release button again. And oof! And something else has come off of Wambulance. The flipper not really able to get underneath and do the damage. And Wambulance coming in again and flung up into the air. Ow! Look at that, as they fired the weapon too. But you know, watching this fight, you can see Wambulance isn't letting up. They are still fully mobile. There's no smoke. No major damage has been caused. The majority of the damage done is superficial at most. Cosmetic at least. So, oof. Flung again. I think they clipped the tooth there. I think that's what happens. They go flying into the air again with the flipper. And now the flipper is gone. The flipper has no power. Well, it's got power, it just doesn't have a plate. Flung away again. This is going to be some serious repair work for Wambulance as the flipper mechanism, the motor is gone. And now, serious damage done to Wambulance. And that's going to cause major problems when this goes to the judges. And based on how Wambulance is holding up, it will go to a judges. And Nightlight will win. But Wambulance not letting up. They are still being aggressive. They are still coming in on the attack. Which is the one thing that has to be noted. It's not Nightlight coming in on the attack. It's Wambulance sliding into them. And the weapon of Nightlight's causing the problems. And now, Nightlight's gone! The final collision! As they hit there, Nightlight rams off the pit release button! The pit release button gets its revenge! Nightlight's gone, and it's Wambulance, despite the damage, going through to the Gold Rumble. What a fantastic battle that was! It has to be said. One of the best fights so far this series. Thank you, Wambulance and Nightlight, for that spectacular display. Next up, Jabberwocky, major damage, and Black and Blue. Jabberwocky! Flipper Spinner! They've returned to the competition, rebuilt with an additional weapon. The CO2 Flipper still the key weapon, which will flip and overturn the opposition as well as throwing them out of the arena, and the new flywheel will deal damage to anyone it comes into contact with. But the drive is still the same as the last Wars, which has its own problems that are all too well known. Major damage! Axebot! They didn't have a great run in the last Wars, thrown out of the arena by Volcano Alert in the preliminaries, and then thrown over and pitted by Jabberwocky in the Bronze Rumble. Somewhat of a shame too. The speed is quite impressive and faster than most machines in the competition. The drive is also rather effective too, but the axe is rather low powered, and there's no Shreemac. Black and Blue! Axebot! A pyramid design with 2 spikes on the sides and a big hammer that swings both forwards and backwards. Not the heaviest machine of the competition, only 100 kilos. The machine can right itself with the hammer, and the spikes help prevent the machine from being stuck on its sides. But the weird thing is that the hammer can actually cause the machine to topple itself over.
Robot ears, stand by.
Jabberwocky with the CO2 flipper and flywheel. Major damage, a 6-wheeled tank with the front wedge and axe. And black and blue, the pyramid design with the 2 side spikes to help stop it from going on its side.
3,
and the big sledgehammer.
2, 1. Activate.
Interesting to see the new design of Jabberwocky, how well that weapon does as major damage collides and black and blue pushes major damage into the pit release button, and now pushing them into the arena wall. Here comes Jabberwocky underneath black and blue and throws them over. But again, those side spikes, as I said, stop the machine from going on its side. Now, major damage in trouble, and off comes a tire to major damage. Off comes another, and that flywheel, it's actually doing proper work to major damage. It's a much more effective weapon than the 2 little circular saws they had in the last wars. Major damage still trying to be a tough contender as they bring the axe down on black and blue to no real success, and black and blue able to get underneath and push Jabberwocky. Major damage helps with that. So now that flywheel is pretty much useless. It's not doing anything. Major damage now, just 4-wheel drive, not being able to do much, and black and blue, they are pinning Jabberwocky against the wall, and they can't do that. We've already had issues with Clementin doing that earlier in the series. Jabberwocky stuck on black and blue. Major damage stuck on black and blue. Jabberwocky now stuck on the wall. Back now, trying to come in on major damage, who's being attacked by black and blue. What's going to happen now? Well, Jabberwocky's going to throw major damage up and over, maybe throw them at the arena like Volcano Alert did in the last wars. Or maybe throw them up and over and dump them in the pit like Jabberwocky did to them in the Bronze Rumble. Who knows? Jabberwocky, though, getting another good attack in on major damage as black and blue. Oh, down goes! Down goes Jabberwocky, and followed by black and blue. Oh, look at this! Major damage! They're still moving, they're rocking back and forth! There's still life in them! They're not immobilized! How about that? So, that's turned the entire thing on its head! Jabberwocky, they're in the bronze, black and blue, they're in the silver rumble, and major damage manages to go in to the gold! I am speechless! That's the confirmation! That's what's happened! How? Well, great job did major damage. This is the gold rumble with major damage joining 12th Siege Peach and Wambulance. Holy cow! Black and blue robbed. They're now in the silver rumble against Thwackabot, Citrus Punch, and Full Body Spinner Nightlight. And Jabberwocky 28 seeds will have to fight their way through Za, the Pizza Box design, and the other Full Body Spinner of the Heat, Watchtower.
Robot ears, stand by.
Bronze Rumble with Za, the Pizza Box machine with the wedge, self-riding top, and Pizza Flywheel. Watchtower, the very interesting designed full body spinner. And Jabberwocky, seed number 28, with the CO2 flipper, the flywheel, and the 3-wheel drive system.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
We'll see how well it does. And Za, firing the self-rider for no real reason. There's Jabberwocky, though. Oh, they fired the flipper, but look at this! The front panel's gone! And now, all the electronics are gone! Well, the wheel's gone, and they've done a roly-poly too. And this is a major, major, major problem for Jabberwocky. Because without that wheel, they can't drive, and the electronics are severely exposed. as they're flying out the arena. Well, that's quite the weapon on Watchtower. Look at this. Bang! It's as if Jabberwocky fired the weapon. That gave Watchtower the momentum to throw them up and over and out the arena. And now Za, hoping to use their top panel as sort of a clamper, I think. I don't think that's really going to work, though, for on Watchtower. Not for Watchtower, I don't think. Not with its design. Maybe another machine, but not Watchtower. Although Watchtower, it's very effective. The weapon, I have to say, it's very effective. We didn't get to see much of it in its opening fight. Now we are, and there's smoke you can see on the floor. Oh, forget the smoke. Za is in the... Don't forget the smoke! Don't forget the smoke! There's smoke coming from Watchtower! There's something caught alight on Watchtower! Something's burnt! Cease may be called, Za may be in the pit, and Jabberwocky out the arena, but there's smoke coming from Watchtower! Something has burned out in that machine! And could that cause serious repercussions for them going into the death or glory they're through now? Is what's smoking critical, or is it something they can easily fix? Whatever it is, they'll have to go down into the pits and figure that out. Otherwise, they may not even make the death or glory. It could be Jabberwocky or Za getting a second bite of the cherry. While they're repairing down into the Silver Rumble with Citrus Punch, Black and Blue, and Nightlight.
Roboteers, stand by.
Here we go then, the Silver Rumble with Citrus Punch, the Thwackbot, and the Spinning Blade. Will they be effective this time, or will they just do what they did last time? I was very impressed with the full body spinner of Nightlight. Hopefully they do better here. And Black and Blue, who I feel was cheated in its fight.
3, 2, 1, activate.
The spikes help it stop it from going up and over. Oh! And the hammer can definitely cause a problem, but Nightlight's not even phased by Black and Blue. Citrus Punch. There. Oh, Nightlight's gone! At the arena from one collision. There. I think that was off Citrus Punch as well. And the design of Black and Blue caused it to act like a ramp almost. And that's what sent Black and Blue, Nightlight, out the arena. They went out the arena as quick as Watchtower did in the preliminaries. So, Nightlight, they're gone. That's a shame. And now to see Citrus Punch and Black and Blue tussle with each other. And I think Citrus Punch is stuck in Black and Blue. That was very close to the pit. The angle grinder. Can Citrus Punch? I think Citrus Punch, they know they're stuck in Black and Blue. They're trying to free themselves, and they figured, why not use this to their advantage and get Black and Blue in the pit? I think that's what they're trying to do, and that's worked. Down they go. That's the end of Black and Blue, and Citrus Punch follows. Look at this. There's the final drive. With a little help from Citrus Punch, down goes Black and Blue. And Citrus Punch, very shockingly, win the fight and go on through to the Heat 11 Death or Glory. Well done to Citrus Punch for claiming that victory away from Black and Blue. Nightlight, I don't know how you did what you did, but you did. You're out. Citrus Punch is into the Death or Glory. And now for the Gold Rumble with 12th Siege Peach, Wambulance, and major damage somehow.
Roboteers, stand by.
Peach, Battle of the YouTubers champions with the Spinning Blade and the Flipping Wedge. Wambulance with the Flipper and very strong armor. Did very well standing up to both Watchtower and especially Nightlight. And major damage, the surprise package in this Gold Rumble with the front scoop and the axe.
3, 2, 1, activate.
I'm really surprised to see Major Damage here. And Peach sees them as the weaker of its two opponents, Wambulance in the angle grinder, and off comes the wheel! Off comes the wheel of Major Damage, so that's 5 wheels now. Wambulance not able to get the flipper into play. Peach is up and over now, and under pressure from Major Damage. So the one good thing about Major Damage, it's very aggressive. It's always going to win on aggression. And now Wambulance flips over Peach and flipped over Major Damage into the pit release button and has gone up and over. You can also see Major Damage has lost a few more wheels and a tyre. Peach nearly drove into the pit. What are you doing? Stay away from that pit if you don't want to go in there. Peach now on the attack, doing a little bit of extra damage to Wambulance before coming back and finishing off Major Damage at the arena. And that's the third machine they've thrown out in this heat. Also throwing over Wambulance along with themselves, self-rights. And Wambulance, you know, I thought could self-right. They can't. They need Peach to help. They sort of did. They flipped them back over now and are about to throw them into the pit. And that's Wambulance out. And it's Peach going through once again to the heat final, and are looking on perfect form, just like they did in Battle of the YouTubers. A very good run by Peach. They get to the heat final flawlessly this time around. Well done to them. Wambulance and Major Damage, however, they crash out and have some major repairs to do before they can compete in the Death or Glory against the Thwackbot Citrus Punch from the Silver Rumble and the Full Body Spinner of Watchtower from the Bronze. But this should be a very good battle.
Roboteers, stand by.
The Death or Glory with Watchtower, the Full Body Spinner, Citrus Punch, the Thwackbot with the Spinning Blade, Major Damage with the little scoop and the axe, and Wambulance with the CO2 flipper.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Which of these four machines will be going through to face Peach in the heat final? Major Damage pursuing Wambulance. Watchtower takes off a part of the tire of Citrus Punch and deflects them. Another piece comes off while Major Damage swings their axe down on Wambulance. Is it doing anything? Is Watchtower having any real effect on Citrus Punch? I'm not too sure. Major Damage, so they're a lot quicker than Wambulance, so they can get her out of the side. But Watchtower is also fast and is a very, very lethal weapon and can do some serious damage to the exposed wheels of Major Damage. Can Wambulance now do anything? I'm not too sure. And so wheels have come off. So that's a yes! Some serious damage! And the axe is gone as well! The axe is gone, so that means that any weapon that Major Damage did have is now gone. Wambulance still pushing them. Probably to help finish them off. Citrus Punch takes a big hit from Watchtower. Flipped goes Major Damage, rolled over. And now for the coup de grace, and that's it. That's the end of Major Damage. So don't have to worry about them anymore. They are fully eliminated. And Citrus Punch gets some air. Courtesy of the Full Body Spinner of Watchtower is Wambulance okay? Yes. Ooh, Citrus Punch may not be onto that attack. Oh, that one's flung away and onto the flames. That's gonna cause problems for the... burnt lemon tastes like. I don't want to know. I don't like lemon unless it's lemon curd. Or lemon meringue. Okay, getting back to on topic because this is Robot Combat, not Ready Steady Cook. Citrus Punch trying to grind down on Wambulance. Is it doing anything? Well, the blade of Watchtower is an armor panels come off of Wambulance. Watchtower gets some air. Citrus Punch, they're not as maneuverable as before. They've lost most of the treading on the wheels, and that's hindering their drive and maneuverability. So that's why they're having trouble, is they're flipped up by Wambulance, who then get a smack by Watchtower. And now, Watchtower gets some air now. Oh, and some... the front wedge comes flying off, I think, of Wambulance. Still on the attack on Citrus Punch. This is a very hectic death or glory battle, and it's a very good one at that. How is Watchtower doing? They seem to be okay. Another piece has come off of Wambulance. Of course, superficial. That's what the majority of the damage done to Wambulance is. It's superficial, as opposed to Citrus Punch, who's lost the treading to the wheels, and flung away goes Watchtower. And now, what can Wambulance do? Another flip on Citrus Punch. Not really all that effective. Citrus Punch, they can drive upside down! But look at this! The back panel plate has come off of Wambulance! So, some serious damage now done to Wambulance. The exposed electronics and gas canister. If Watchtower can hit that, then Wambulance will be in trouble, just like Citrus Punch is right now. All the treads on one of the wheels is completely gone, as it's gone completely off. And now, Citrus Punch will be left immobilized. They haven't really done much, Citrus Punch. Down goes the pit in the last 10 seconds as they're flung away by Wambulance again. And we will be going to the judges. And I'm hearing Citrus Punch technically still mobile. So they will be included in this judge's decision. Well, talk about chaotic. That's the first bit of damage done by Watchtower. As we look at the highlights, another bit of tread off the wheel. Meanwhile, Wambulance taking pressure from major damage. Took serious damage. Then Wambulance gets smacked by Watchtower along with major damage. Watchtower stabilizing themselves. Citrus Punch, you can just see, just standing in the middle of the floor. Not really doing anything. Wambulance and Watchtower take out the tank of major damage, mostly due to Watchtower's destructive weapon. You can see all the wheels, the tires, and even the axe of major damage on the floor. And then this was the kill shot by Wambulance, putting them out of their misery, so major damage completely eliminated. So it's between these three. And truth be told, I don't think... Well, Citrus Punch, definitely damaging there on Wambulance, with a little help from Watchtower. That armor panel comes off, and another one that just fell off of its own accord. Watchtower pings off Wambulance's armor. Wambulance gets a flip in on Citrus Punch, who goes on the flames and then pings away from Watchtower. A great attack there. I think Watchtower suffered more from that attack. But watching this, I'm not overly convinced Citrus Punch is gonna go through. Maybe a bit of damage there, but not really enough. That was, though, by Watchtower. Off comes the back armor plate. leaving the electronics and even the CO2 canister exposed. Another flip onto Citrus Punch, who I think we can just assume is completely immobilized, completely out of this. It's between Wambulance and Watchtower. And there, off comes the wheel. That's what really killed Citrus Punch. That's how you know they are completely out of it. So who's won this between Wambulance and Watch? I think it's kind of obvious, really, given all the damage and the attacks. It has to be Watchtower for me. And the judges agree with that sentiment. Watchtower, they go through to the Heat Final. Commiserations to Citrus Punch and Wambulance. But what a great performance standing up to that blade. Commiserations to Wambulance. Hope we see them again. But this here is our Heat Final. 12th Siege Peach and the new coming full body spinner of Watchtower.
Robot ears, stand by.
Here we go, the Heat Final with Peach, the flipping wedge, and the spinning blade. Battle of the YouTubers champions. And Watchtower, the newcomers, the full body spinner. Definitely a very dangerous machine. They've done very well getting here. It has to be said. A lot better than the other full body spinner, Nightlight, who I expected to make it. Yeah, instead it's Peach, who's already taken damage to that wedge, and has taken another bit of damage. Look at that! Half the face is gone! And for the first time, we're seeing serious damage done to the wedge! The wedge is now completely gone. Down goes the pit, driving over it. Ooh, and now taking a battering again from the full body spinner against the exposed wheels. Peach trying to get away. Oh, and Watchtower. Well, not seen that before. Watchtower comes in, drives into the pit, and whoop wee. It's like one of those golf balls, isn't it? That just almost goes in and spins out, and now Watchtower in the pit.
Cease.
And Peach spins in delight, only just going through, truth be told. Watchtower could have seriously caused them problems. But it's Watchtower going home, and it's Peach going through to the series semi-finals. The uncontrollability of full-body spinners sees the end of Watchtower as Peach zooms on through to the series semi-finals on their way to become the new champions of Series 3. And they might just be able to do it. But until then, take care, and I'll see you next time. Farewell.